on purpose?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm working on a project. Okay. Sometimes when we're traveling, we have a lot of time on the road, and so I like to get out my computer and work on editing my videos. Well, I've quickly found out that I can't work on them all that long until the battery in the computer obviously wears out. So we went to Walmart and we bought this Everstart 400 watt inverter. Inverter, okay. And so we've had one a long time ago before, and it worked out well. It wasn't this brand, it wasn't, anyway, didn't know the specs on that one. But, so we went and got this other one, and I'm in the process of putting it together. Now, I'm not that electrically minded, so I'm having to read the directions to find out where these little things go here.
Those little things are called leads.
Leads. And when I first opened the box, you see it looked like that. And I'm like, well, how are you supposed to get your screwdriver in there to screw those leads down? So I quickly found out that these little boxes pop up just like that. Well, not quickly, it took me a few minutes. Anyway, so I put the black black goes on the black, the red goes on the red. This one is should be the negative, and the red one is the positive. So it's important that you get those two correct or it won't work.
Now, if you need more length on that lead,
all I gotta do is pull it apart because it will. But I shouldn't need. Well, maybe I might need a little bit. There.
okay, we are 5 miles away.
We are 5 miles from Buc-ee's. Yay! Can I get this done in less than 5 miles? Okay. So this screw has two little washers on it. There's a top washer that is scored, and there's a bottom washer that is solid. The purpose of that top washer is to act like a spring to kind of hold everything down when you get it screwed in and keep it tight. So we are going to take the positive lead and put it down just like that. And then screw it in to the positive side. You can't see what I'm doing, can you? Okay, so I'm screwing it down with my fingers. And I'm going to get it tightened manually. And I'll take my screwdriver and tighten it down the rest of the way.
It's nice to have projects to keep you busy.
Keeps my mind off the weather and traveling, and gives me something to think about.
Yeah, but look what this weather's done. This weather and the cooler roads and the rain has dropped the temperature of our tires by about 9 degrees, or the pressure on our tires by about 9 degrees, which is good.
Okay, so we have both leads attached to our inverter, and these close. So what we're going to do next is give my husband his knife back and say thank you.
You're welcome. I just had to find the other part of my knife that you lost earlier.
Oh, yeah, I lost the toothpick out of his knife. Very important piece.
It is.
So we're going to plug this into the cigarette lighter section of the, well, I can't, you're using that one.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, this is, alright, so our cigarette lighter is right down here. You can't see it because of the angle of the camera, but I'm plugging it in. Alright, so
whenever you're not using it, go ahead and unplug it. You can just turn the switch off, but I would recommend you unplug it. That way you won't slowly discharge your battery on your vehicle.
That's true. And it will drain your vehicle battery, so like Paul said, turn it off when you're not in use. Probably want to keep your instruction manual for a little while till you get used to using it. For dummies like me.
Not a dummy.
Not a dummy, he says. Alright.
You're just mechanically challenged.
I'm the daughter of a mechanic, but I haven't practiced it in a while. Electrically challenged.
Okay.
Electrically challenged. Okay, this is the box that it came in at Walmart. So the other thing that came with this inverter, not only can you plug it into your cigarette lighter in your car, but you can also hook it up directly to a battery, car battery, if you need to.
I have a question.
What?
Is it politically correct anymore to still call those cigarette lighters, or are they just 12-volt adapters?
Well, since they don't have the cigarette lighting adaptability anymore, I guess they are just 12-volt adapters. You know, back in the day, there really used to be a cigarette lighter. It would, you know, in your 12-volt adapter place, and you would push it in. The end of it would get hot, and then you would pull it out, and then you'd light your cigarette with it, and that's why it was called the cigarette lighter.
Somebody's getting a new Acadia
Nice one.
from Carvana.
But nowadays, I guess the proper term is 12-volt adapter, as you say.
I was just being silly.
Okay, so I'm correct. He's correct. Anyway, so same thing. You would hook these leads, these ends, up to your power adapter, and then these are the leads you would hook up to your battery. So, honey, can you give an instance where you would use these?
You might use something like that if you're out in a boat and you need some power in a boat. You can hook those to your boat battery.
That's true.
You might use those if you're outside if your vehicle is parked somewhere. The adapters are not live all the time. You have to turn your car on for the adapters to be live.
But your battery's
Yes. Hot all the time.
Yes.
So if you're doing some work around your truck and you need a power tool or something that will work on, or to charge your phone or something, you can pop your hood and hook it directly to your car battery.
Yeah, but you would have to be aware of how much time it's hooked up, so you wouldn't want your car battery to get run down.
Right.
Okay. All right. So that came in the box, and the other piece came in the box. All right. So I got my computer out, and I'm just going to attach the cables to my computer.
first plug something in, it takes a higher draw.